What's up YouTube? My name is Sabrina, also known as Sides, and today I'm going to show you how I build an 8-bar loop. So just to give you a little backstory, I like to take 30 minutes every day to build an 8-bar loop. This is just to get the creative juices flowing. I think it's a really good practice to get into if you're new or even if you're more experienced. In the next video, I'll show you how you can turn this 8-bar loop into a full song. Let's jump into the DAW. Welcome to the DAW. So if you're using Logic, this is what you'll see, but this 8-bar loop could be used for anybody in any DAW. First thing I like to do is add a bunch of software tracks. First thing I want to add is my drum kit. This is something I do in Logic that helps save me a lot of time. I have programmed in some of my drum kits, so you can see here. This is the Drum Machine Designer, and I've dragged in samples from Splice that I use as my kit. You can hear that's the snare, that's the kick. I think I'm going to stick with like a slower, sultrier BPM, so I'm going to go with 93. If you don't play drums, something that I really recommend getting is this book. I'll put the Amazon link in the description so you can check it out. Today I'm going to do this groove, and I'll make some adjustments as I go. If you're using Logic, this is the way I like to do it. I press P, and then I press step sequencer. I like to put it on 64 steps just to add some variety. Each box represents 1/16th note. If I was counting it out, it would be 1 E and 2 E and right? I see that the snare is on every 2 and 4, so I'm just gonna put the snare on every 2 and 4. And I'm gonna go through and add the kick. So the kick is on beat 1, E and the of 2, 1 of 3, and that's it. And then again here, 1, 2, and then the hi-hats are. I'm gonna add some variation for this one. Hi-hat closed. All right, so let's hear how this sounds. I like it. I feel like it has a cool groove to it. I might mess around a little bit and add like a shaker. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is decide on some sort of chord progression. I have written down some chord progressions that I like and that I know I want to use, so I'm just gonna pull from one of those. And this is kind of where I'll decide the key. I'm thinking of going in some sort of like minor mood, so I'm probably gonna go with something in A minor. So now I'm just gonna pick an instrument that I like. I'm just gonna go with like an 80s piano. This is something that I've picked out from Analog Lab. So you guys can hear it. I might change the piano, but I'm just gonna like get something down. There's some weird lag as I'm trying to do this live. I need to figure that out in my next video. So if anybody knows how I can fix that, let me know. But in the meantime, I can just plug it in the good old-fashioned way. I'm not really good at playing piano, as you can probably hear, so I like to go through and edit some of the rhythms in here. So let's hear. That's pretty cool. I am digging that. Something that I really like to do that makes the 8-part loop sound more full is I like to layer a bunch of sounds. I'm gonna go through and add some other pianos that I think might sound good together. And then what I do to double and layer stuff is all you have to do is hold down Option and click and then just drag this down. So you can hear it already sounds much more full. Basically what I'm looking for in the keys is to cover all of the frequency spectrum. So now I want to pick a pad that I can use to sit on the lower registers. Maybe some sort of like atmospheric kind of pad. I'm going to go to my favorites and see what I have there. I'm going to try this Analog Dream. So So I'm gonna do the same thing again, click on it, hold Option down, and then drag that down. And let's hear how this sounds. I want to hear what it would sound like an octave below. So basically I'm going to do Shift Option arrow key down, and that quickly will lower the octave. Alright, cool. I want to hear what it would sound like if I added one more pad. This might be overkill, but you never really know until you try. Something I recommend when you're building these 8-bar loops is try to put as many layers as you can, because it's a lot easier to subtract stuff as you go on. So let's try this lo-fi glow. So now I'm going to do another new software track. I'm going to add 2 more, because the next thing I want to add is a bass line. My 2 favorite basses that I use pretty much in every single song I do. One day I'll branch out and do something different, but I'm just so happy with how these sound. These are both Logic stock basses, and they're both part of Sculpture. So I like sub bass and Sculpture, which you can see here. And let me show you how to get to the other one. So basically you go to Instrument, go down to Sculpture, and then I love this type bass. But now I'm just gonna like try to figure out and see what I want the bass to sound like. Because of the delay, I'm just gonna... Some quick little trick you can do is if you want to highlight all of the bass notes and then press Shift arrow key down, and it just immediately highlights all of the bass notes. Now I'm gonna press Command C, Command V to paste. There we go. Alright, so let me lower this an octave. There we go. Alright, so these are all the root notes of the chord, and this is just like a quick way to write a bass line. I might just keep it simple and stick with this, or I might add some things to make it a little more interesting. Let's just hear how it sounds. I can live with that. So now I want to add some higher melodies. Let's add a few so we can add some melodies on top. One of my favorite sounds are these gentle sine bells. So I'm just basically picking a melody that I can hear in my head. If you can't hear melodies very well, or you have a hard time trying to come up with catchy melodies, something you can do is figure out the pentatonic scale. So I know that this is an A minor, so I could just pick out some notes of the pentatonic scale. If you don't know what the pentatonic scale is, you can literally just Google it. You could just Google, what are the pentatonic notes of an A minor scale? So I know that they're A, C, D, E, G. So if you could see here, like, I didn't do it on purpose, but I'm using A, I'm using D, I'm using E, I'm not using C, but maybe I'll end it on C. So yeah, and it'll probably work. Cool, so again, I want to do a bunch of layers with that melody, so I'm going to duplicate that, and then I'm just going to I'm just going to click and Option to drag that down, Shift Option arrow key up to raise it an octave. Okay, cool. And now I want to add some sort of arpeggiator. There's an arpeggiator that I know in Alchemy that I like, that I think might do well. Let's try it. Okay, I know that it's called adding. And I'm just gonna drag this down to see what it sounds like. And I want to shorten everything. to hear how this sounds an octave below because I feel like they're kind of clashing with each other. So I think it's sounding pretty cool. I'm gonna make this an 8-bar loop so I can just drag it. Let's hear how it's sounding so far. So I'm just gonna add a few more melodies. So let's see what else we can add. Let's go into sculpture and let's see. Let's try this rain harp. So I just pressed Shift R because whenever you play on your keyboard and then you press Shift R, it'll automatically pop it up. So I didn't even press record, and that's why I love Logic. So let's hear. What else could I add? Maybe I'll try to add a guitar. So I can't play guitar. A plugin that I like to use that emulates a guitar pretty okay. Not as good as a real guitar in my opinion, but something to try is this. Yeah. Another thing that I would like to add on the second part of the 8-bar loop is like a swelling sort of synth that I've saved. Where is that swell pad? Yeah, so now we pretty much have the 8-bar loop. Let's listen to it just one more time. This video was helpful for you to start to build your 8-bar loops. In the next video, I'll show you how I turn this 8-bar loop into a full song. Please subscribe to my new channel. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.